Hey everybody, Dauntless here, and welcome back to another episode of Dowell and the Ghost of Barker Manor. Now, we are going to be trying to figure out this here chess puzzle. Now, the hint is apparently here. And I'm trying to figure it out. And I know that there's going to be more to it than, you know, the 800 or whatever euros. The Manor Burger. I do find it's funny, though, that... because it's going to be something in here, and I think it has to do with the fact that the first letter here that's capitalized is either B or white. B or W, basically black or white. So, BKA, so, and that's not the German secret police. If you've ever looked up like the German secret police, I believe, like special police, I believe it's the BKA back in at least during the Berlin Wall. Things you learn from anime. If you haven't seen, I think it's Naoki Urasawa's Monster. Absolutely fantastic show. It's one of the few animes that I can watch regularly and not, you know, get annoyed by all the tropes and stuff, because it has none of them. Okay, Black King A8. Oh, yeah, it's that. I just noticed that it actually is telling me what square it is. So let's write this down here, because with my handy little notepad. Okay. There we go. Black King. A8. Or it's Black Knight. Let's just do it this way. BK A8, BK B7, WK B6, WR D7, and then there's one more piece, so WB C6. Alright. So, let's do the ones we absolutely know. The White King is going to be on B6. Technically, this is not how a chessboard is set up, because normally with chess, it would be King's side 6. It goes I'm sorry. This row would be like, so here's like 1. If I had a picture of an actual chessboard, I could explain it better. But basically, since I'm looking at it from this side, this would be my, because king on the left, queen on the right, I think. If you're looking at it from his direction, this is where, if this is black side, it would be black king, queen. Is the queen or the king go on its own color? I haven't played this in forever. Basically, it's like king side rook, king side bishop, king side knight. So it's like it's different and weird, and it took me. I had to get a book on chess and stuff, and all of a sudden I was just like, you know, I was into it for a little bit, but I haven't played forever. Yeah, the king is on the left. The queen is on its own color. Right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep playing and stop trying to pretend I'm smart. White rook on d7. And this is on c6. So, one of these is on a8 and one is on b7. Oh, I guess that was it. I got the library key! Woohoo! Alright. So now let's go check out the library. And we are eventually leading our way over to, basically to give the beer to Vincent Van Krabbe. But we'll get to that later. I've locked the door. That is a lot of books. You had better not have had a hidden object thing in this one. Pixel hunt in here would be like life-threatening. Ah, a pen and ink. Okay. Books everywhere. I do not get the point of reading books seriously. If humanity had not wasted time writing and reading books, I'm sure it would be much more civilized by now. Right, because that's how that works. Oh, an inscription. It says, Barker's private library, in memory of Count Theodore Barker. The hour hand is missing. The hatch is stuck. Besides, in case you have not noticed, the hour hand is missing. Well, you know. That would have been funny. Well, let's use the ghost summoner thing in here. Oh, there's somebody in here. Otherwise, he wouldn't have changed position. Wow, 70.5. These things are getting more strong. Ooh, nothing happened. Must be broken. Oh! Where did you pop out from? You scared me. I didn't think you got scared so easily. I was kidding indeed. You will have to do much more than that if you wish to scare such a brave ghostbuster such as I. In all modesty, I am the bravest ghostbuster in all of Europe. You hold yourself in high esteem, Mr. Dowell. How do you know my name? I know many things about you, Mr. Dowell, more than you could imagine. Oh, but let me introduce myself. I am Theodore Barker, Count of Blacktown. Count of Blacktown? You too? Me too? What do you mean, Mr. Dowell? I met this Willy guy in the amusement arcade. He told me he was Count of Blacktown. You've met Sir William. He had been Count of Blacktown as well. We both had been. It's just that we belong to two different ages. Different ages? Sure, you were younger than him. You belong to a different age. Ha! You're the new generation, the internet generation, the generation of strange fashions. I can tell from your steampunk hair. But let's stay focused. You must have wondered how come we reveal ourselves to your eyes only. Well, we don't know why either, but it seems you're the only mortal we can talk to. So now I'm only mortal they can talk to. Sometimes I really cannot stand noblemen's snobbishness. However, I cannot say I'm not proud they are talking only to me. They must have been impressed by my skills and my cleverness. Please, Count, go ahead. We decided to help you cast out the disturbing creatures threatening the quietude of the manor. Thank you very much, but you do not have to. You see, Count, I'm the best ghostbuster in all of Europe. Do not interrupt me. I'm sorry, Count, go ahead. Unfortunately, we can't interfere with the mortal world. Not as much as we'd love to, at least. We've been allowed to help you, but only up to a point. Therefore, you'll need to work hard for each clue we might give you. I am telling you, you do not have to worry about it. You are talking to the most famous ghost-busting legend. Do not interrupt me! Not touch you are, Count. I have one last clue for you. There's a cave out at sea, somewhere near an old lighthouse. The cave leads to a secret room right beneath the manor. You will have to go there in order to solve the mystery. You will have to find the way from an old map, which has been torn into 4 pieces. Its pieces are scattered around the manor. We are going to help you, but mind yourself. You'll have to prove yourself worthy for our help. He might be young, but he is really boring. Okay, so lighthouse. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Misread the game subs. Subs, I've never heard of such a thing. What an unusual hairstyle you have. It is like you're wearing a wig. I am indeed wearing a wig. Why on earth would you do that? Because it was the fashion when I was young. Oh, fashion. The ruination of the young. Since you're a cunt, can I ask you a question? It's count, not cunt. Oh dear, you've told me countless times. Do you by any chance know Clark? You know, the brawny guy with the big S on his chest. A big what? You're outrageous. You don't know the Man of Steel? No. He does not know Superman. Video games are eating teenagers' brains alive. Yeah, speak for yourself there, Grandpa. Could you please tell me the whole cave thing again? There's a cave out in the sea somewhere near an old lighthouse. The cave leads to a secret room right beneath the manor. You will have to go there in order to solve the mystery. You will have to find the way from an old map which has been torn into pieces. Its pieces are scattered around the manor. Where we are going to help you, but mind yourself, you'll have to prove yourself worthy of our help. Oh, wait, forgot to ask him about the clock hand. Hold, please! Blah, blah, get to the conversation already. The pendulum clock's hour hand is missing. Do you know where I could find it? The hour hand is missing, as Count William Barker took it to use as a bookmarker. Wouldn't it be easier to use a scrap of paper instead? Noblemen can be very eccentric at times. You will find the hour hand in the book Sir William had been reading just before that fatal game of chess. I know, he passed out just before the end of that game. Which book is it? As I told you, we've been allowed to help you, but only up to a point. You'll have to prove yourself worthy of our help. Therefore, I will tell you provided you correctly answer the following question. Shoot. It's about my greatest passion, the one which led to my death, horse riding. Horse riding sounds like flogging a dead horse. Stop talking nonsense and listen to my question. What do you call the two-beat gait of a horse where the diagonally opposite pairs of legs move in sync? Trot? Paso doble? I'm sorry, Mr. Dowell, wrong answer. Well, I have good news. You're in a library, look it up. Out of your mind, you do not want me to start reading a book, do you? Yes, actually, I would. Alright. Now, where am I going to get the answer to that? So if he said the chess thing, I am really putting off giving that guy his beer. Maybe I have the ability to put, I don't know, strychnine in it as well. Pen and ink pot. That is really weird. I guess we'll have to see, because I'm basically like, I haven't come across a puzzle that I can think of that actually required it. But I guess we'll find out. Okay. Oh, sorry. Blah. Like, like the lighthouse and everything. I need to find the map too, I guess. Yeah, there's no books in here, so... Oh, legendary board games, good old days. Risks reminds me of when I used to choose black tokens for myself and have the other players call me the evil empire. While Clue reminds me of when I used to play as Colonel Mustard, the most wanted character of all time. Alright, maybe I can ask this guy about... Oh, he's gone! Well, darn it. Fine. Ah! Buh, there we go. They were sitting wrong on my head. I was like, why does it feel weird? Alright, let's give this guy his beer. Maybe I can get rid of him, that way I can actually do something over here without having to worry about him yelling at me every time. Here, have a beer! Hey Vincent, how about an ice cold beer? I'd kill for a jar of black stuff. Here you go, cheers! Thanks a lot! Arse is my arse. Can I go in there now? Oh, good! Stained glass windows. I feel like I have entered a huge kaleidoscope. Pews made out of solid wood. Ah, it's a Bible. It says, The Promised Land, walk through an adventure game by LucasArts, 1500 BC. Once at the Red Sea, use the stick with the sea and divide the waters. Talk to the man on your right and tell him make your people cross the sea. You'll find yourself on the opposite shore. Use the stick with the sea once again. You will allow the waters to flood back in upon the Pharaoh's army. Drowning it, unfold the map and click the continue toward the desert. Oh, okay. It says, David's Quest. Walk through an adventure game by Sierra Online, 1000 BC. You will find yourself facing Goliath. Talk to him and distract him by saying there's a three-headed monkey behind him. Use the knife with yourself. You'll cut a piece of cloth from your own robes. Pick up the little wooden stick near the rocks at your left. Use the piece of cloth with the stick and you'll get a sling. Pick up the rock near David as fast as you can since Goliath might turn around. Use the rock with the sling and you'll get a loaded sling. Use it with Goliath and enjoy the final cutscene. Wait a minute, he didn't have... Okay, I think they're thinking of the sling with, like, you know, the slingshot thing. That's not the type of sling they had back then, just as an FYI. I believe they were using an actual, you know, slingshot thing. But I'm sure we can all just, you know... It says, The Great Flood. Walk through an adventure by Cocktail Vision, 10,000 BC. Pick up the hammer on your left and the hatchet lying near the tree. Talk to Shem, tell him to chop some wood and give him the hatchet. Use the hatchet with Shem. Talk to Ham and tell him to get some nails and will tell you he's hungry. Use the sandwich you picked up from the larder with Ham. Tell Japheth to search for a pair of animals for each species. He will answer he can't tell one species from any other. Give Japheth the encyclopedia you stole from the library. Wait for your sons to come back and then use the hammer with nails. You'll get a new item, hammer and nails. Use it with the wood and you'll build the ark. Watch the cutscene and then talk to Shem, Ham and Japheth, telling them to bring all the animal pairs on board. Enjoy the final cutscenes. It says, The Battle of Jericho. Walk through an adventure game by Delphine Software International, 1400 BC. Go to the instrument store and trade the saxophone for the trumpet. Talk to the fakir outside the store and borrow his flute. Go back to the store and trade the flute for one more trumpet. There you are still 5 trumpets to go. Talk to the men dicing in the marketplace and bet your silver coin. Beware, in order to win, you'll have to distract the man throwing the dice. Use the itching powder you found in the cave with him. He will throw the dice and then scratch his eyes, diverting his attention from you. Click the dice before he turns to you. Joshua will load the dice, gaining a golden coin. Do it 4 more times and you'll get 5 golden coins. Go to the instrument store and buy the 5 trumpets left. Go to the city walls, give each of the 7 priests a trumpet, and enjoy the final cutscene. It would have been. I think they should have made it so you literally had to use the walk icon. Use the walk icon to go around Jericho. That sounds like something I would find in an old style adventure game. The Promised Land. Okay, saw that. Okay. Okay, I think I am supposed to use this thing. So, okay, push the button! Why do we even have that lever? Wow, this one's really weak. Only 33? Oh. Oh, you scared me, Father. I did not see you come in. Father, I am not a priest. I'm the architect Alfred Barker. A priest-architect? Congratulations. I've never met anyone who earned 2 different degrees before. 2 different degrees? What are you talking about? 2 different degrees, one architecture and the other in churchology. I guess that is what you call it. I told you I'm not a priest. My apologies, Reverend. I have not introduced myself yet. How impolite of me. My name is Dowell, and I'm a skilled ghostbuster. And please bear my name in mind the next time you talk to the boss. You know you're raving mad, don't you? Me, you've not met the painter out there yet. Ah, that's true, actually. Alfred Barker. Hello, Monsignor. How many times have I told you I'm not a churchman? Since you're a man of the church, may I ask you a question? I'm an architect. What do I need to hammer into your head? Nails? Alright, Father Architect, my theological question is, why did God create evil people? Why didn't he just create good people like me? Even if I were a priest, I still wouldn't answer that unbelievably stupid question. It does not sound that stupid to me. It is actually pretty stupid, but... Okay. Since you're a priest architect, may I ask you a question? I'm not a priest architect, I am just an architect. However, my question is, how did you decide after attending the seminary to become an architect as well? Perhaps because you wanted to emulate God, who is often referred to as the Great Architect. Blah! The Great Architect. Don't you find that just a bit conceited? Balderdash! Besides, God is not referred to as the Great Architect. Only Freemasons refer to God by that term. Are you telling me you are a Freemason priest architect? I am begging you. Stop it. When was this church built? On the second half of the 19th century. I was the one who ordered it and the one who designed it. I wanted to give my family a private chapel. I see, a private chapel. You are such a pious man, Father. Please, stop talking nonsense and stop calling me Father. Since you are an architect as well, may I commission you to draw up some plans? I am not an architect as well, I'm just an architect. As you wish, Reverend, may I commission some plans from you? What's the matter? The bridge over the river near the manor gave way, and the workmen who were supposed to fix it need proper architect's plans to guide them. I was wondering, could you draw up the plans yourself? Sure I could, I know that small river very well, but I need a sheet of paper and a pen and ink pot. Get them and I'll draw up the plans for you. Okay, so Here, the pen and ink pot. Excellent, leave them here. Now I need a sheet of paper. Alright, sheet of paper. Darn it. Come on, why'd you have to do that? Why couldn't you just let me get the... Here. What? Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a paper. I'm telling you, every time I turn around, everything is suddenly an additional puzzle. I don't feel like I feel like every time I get a little bit, I get hit with another puzzle every 5 seconds. Sometimes I feel kind of it's nice if it doesn't do that. If more I feel like I'm progressing a little better, at least a little bit, if it doesn't... If I don't feel like I'm clotheslined every time I take a step. I need a sheet of paper. Where are the sheets of paper? Nothing there. It says... St. Patrick's Church, ordered by Alfred Barker, the architect. Okay. I mean, I just found the guy, right? I just managed to get in there, and all of a sudden, oh, sorry, can't do anything. These guys need the plans, so I can't even do anything with that. Those guys are over there. I need something over here. Paper. Well, I have a ton of stuff. But I'm walking in here. There we go. Maybe you could just give me a... Nope. Maybe you could just give me a sheet of paper. Just anything. I don't have any ghost hoover, so that's really not helping. I don't suppose that I could, I don't know, use this on anything. Why do I still have it? This is one of those interesting items I found in adventure games. It's like in Space Quest 6, the dead fish. You get this fish, and then you spend the entire rest of the game with this thing. You have no idea how you're going to use it until, like, the very end. God, I just need a piece of paper. A piece of paper! The painting portraying a woman with an ermine in her arms. Nothing impressive. You could see from miles away that it has been painted by an amateur. I am on the fence as to whether I'm actually liking this character. And here's the thing. I looked at all the awards this game has gotten on the Adventure Game Studio website. And that's what I mentioned before, that's the engine used to create this. It's something free that you can get and create your own adventure games. And it's received awards for for almost everything. It was like... Yeah, it's basically got huge amounts of awards. And I can see definitely why it does. The characters are all very interesting. The graphics are fun. The dialogue is fun. Everything about it is basically very well done. There's a few issues, like basically some of the game mechanics are a little odd. I don't want the chair. I want to grab the thing so he can write on it. But I think, as for me, the one thing that's really confusing me is whether or not the one thing that in my head basically is, do I really like the character? I mean, every time somebody talks to him, I get that he's an old man, but Ah. He gets everything... I guess it's just maybe personally the way I'm voicing him. I should be voicing him as a lot more like an old man, like a really old man who's hit senility years ago, right? So the way I'm voicing him, I guess in my head, I'm almost making it sound like he's doing all this on purpose, and he's really not. Where am I going to get paper? Or something for him to write on? I gave him everything. I think that's what it is. The character is awesome. He's very good. I just am voicing him badly, which is obviously kind of my thing, is I'm terrible at voices, but I'm doing it anyway. But I'm voicing him wrong. He's sounding way younger than he should, so it sounds like he's doing a lot of it on purpose. And it comes off as him being basically a colossal jerk, which isn't true, obviously. Maybe there's something in here I missed. Like, I'm just thinking of rooms where I've seen stuff. Oh, can I take the veil now? Nope. Okay. You can take tools. You can take... but just take it. Alright, fine. We'll go look at other stuff. I get the feeling the plank is going to have something to do with the bridge. Of course, I have been wrong before. Very wrong. Alright, I'm out of time for this episode. So here's basically the thing. I am really liking the game. I think I'm actually totally destroying my view of how good the game is at times because I'm voicing this character wrong. Well, that's not totally it. There are a few glitches and stuff like that here and there, and one or two of the puzzles that are kind of like, you really decided to go that route? But, I think with the character, I'm voicing him badly. Like, so badly. I should be voicing him like a very senile old man. Because that's literally what he is. And all the stuff he's doing is basically totally by accident, and he has no idea what he's doing half the time. At least that's the impression I'm getting. I would probably have gotten if I was, if I was playing this without talking. But unfortunately, I'm not. I will see what I can do about changing up how I'm voicing the character. Maybe it'll help me out a bit here, but I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those players where if I have a character, I like playing characters that are enjoyable and stuff like that, and I'm really into how much I like the character I'm playing. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I'm still loving the game. It's awesome. I am curious about how I'm going to find paper. I guess that's like one of the things I'd like to say is that there does seem to be a whole lot of puzzles just thrown in there, like where to find a sheet of paper. At some point, it feels like each puzzle only gives you a very, very small amount of progress. And I completed a bunch of puzzles in a row, and so that was kind of nice, because then I felt like I'd made a bunch of progress. But then it's like, you get to the well, you get the hammer, it's not the right Hoover. I did get the picture, but I got to figure out how to connect the thing to the license. Like, there's too many... The progress each puzzle makes is kind of small. And maybe I'm just I need to get... It could be that after playing the Journey Down, I'm used to each puzzle basically accomplishing half the game. That is one thing about that game, is every time you solve something, it was like, you've managed to complete half of this area. And I'm like, oh, cool, great. Every puzzle somehow managed to boil down to you solving a huge section of the map, or figuring out a huge section of that chapter. But, well, we'll see. Thanks, everybody, again, for dropping by. Really appreciate the, views and everything. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Hit the notification icon, as, I will be continually putting up more videos over time. And again, I do have a Facebook page, Dauntless3788. But, other than that, I think that's all I can think of now to say. So, as always, you all have a great rest of your day.